Chapter 12X, A Traitor's Worth. Oh, cranking the neck has been a bit since we had to do this last. After taking back the palace, the League rode across Archanaean, freeing the greater part of the kingdom as they went. All except the west. A landed knight there named Horus, who had betrayed Archanaean to join Dolhr, continued to stubbornly hold out against Moff's forces. Nyna could not fathom why such a fiercely loyal knight would turn to treachery. With her other knights calling for Horus's blood, she had no choice but to give in and ask Moff to bring the traitor to justice. Hail friends, and welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon. No, your eyes are not playing you. I did not forget. Okay, maybe I forgot a little bit of it, but I have some reasons for that. It was just one of those. It's you know how it is with me when it comes to projects. I tend to forget about things a lot, and this things just kind of come and go. Shadow Dragon is one of them. I was super pumped for the LP, but you know, things happen. And I eventually just lost interest, but after doing the recordings for the Valkyria Chronicles, I sort of regained my interest in doing solo commentary stuff again. I felt pretty good about it, so I figured I would try to like warm my way back into it by doing stuff like Shadow Dragon again. So, super coincidentally, I actually did do this chapter, like recorded this whole thing like a few months ago, back in April, when news of Fire Emblem Three Houses was a little bit sparse. It's out now, been out there for like a month now. But after that, just like shortly after I did that recording, more news of Three Houses just came in, more and more just spawned, and it was kind of like, uh-oh. This is gonna be super dated if I upload this now, so I figured I'll just redo it, redo this entire thing. It was okay, and besides, I have a little more to talk about now. But anyway, let's go over this chapter first. This is another guided map. Again, you can only get this normally by having 15 characters or less, but I'm using a good patch that enables all the guidance by default, and actually I'm using an addendum patch, one made by Zero-san. You may know him as the lead translator for the excellent, super awesome Project Exile translation for Fire Emblem 776, which I streamed all the way through recently, a little while ago, and it's super good! Highly recommend it. It makes FE5 an absolute blast to play again. In this patch that Zero made, all the guidance are unlocked, including the ability to have Frey and Nord join you at the start of any difficulty past normal mode, as well as the inclusion of items that were only in the online shop made droppable throughout the regular gameplay, and I have a list right here of what's available. I don't have all of them since this is a midway save, but here's what you can get. Going on Chapter 6X, Athena starts with a Wodao, and in Chapter 7 there's a generic archer that has a droppable longbow, you know, that asshole by Bantu's house. He drops his longbow now. By Chapter 9, generic pirate drops a poleaxe. Chapter 11, there's a Pekka's Knight with Elysian Whip. That's a bit rough. I would like to have had the 1-9 now, but that's fine, we get another one. In Chapter 13, the next map, the boss is Master Seal. Same for Chapter 14's boss. Chapter 15, there's a generic Draco that has an Elysian Whip. In Chapter 18, the boss is the Brave Lance. Chapter 19, the generic hero that starts near the boss of that map has a Brave Sword. The boss has an Elysian Whip, which is droppable, but you can recruit that character. Chapter 20, recruitable character there has a Brave Bow, but you must recruit that character to get it, because it's not droppable. And 20X, the character that joins there has a Brave Axe. You have to recruit that character to get it. Yeah, that is the whole truth of it. I've kind of like sort of lost my way with this whole recording thing, so I'm just gonna have to try and get back to brass tacks. So you'll have to forgive me if I'm a little bit out of the loop, because I'm like hella out of the loop. I'll bring George to the jungle. I don't think I need really anything super special, so I'm just gonna have this party. I think I could drop Frey for this and bring Midlife Wolf Crisis. Sorry, Mid-Wolf Crisis. And we'll continue the trick he's got going. That would be a warrior this time. Alright, I'm gonna say over here, you see that's chapter 13 save already there. Let's do it. There's Rio de Janeiro over here, he's the boss for this evening. He's got Horus here trying to uphold the faith of Dolhr's name, and he's like, kind of like, Yeah, being strong-armed to the whole thing. Good old service. You love it. You don't love it. So yeah, there's Horus over here. He's just chilling along with some Archanaean dudes. Do not attack them. You can try to stay out of their range, but they won't attack you until you get into the middle island here. Leave them alone. Leave Horus alone. Everything will be fine. Just swoosh around and go after De Janeiro, and that'll be that. So hey, how's it going, everybody? It's like I said, it's been a hot minute since the last recording. I did an actual Shadow Dragon, and yeah, a lot has happened since then. Three Houses has officially been released and has been out for a month now, and Grapevine tells me it is quite a good one. I know some people are really curious about what I have to say about it, and I hate to disappoint you, but I don't really have much to say about it at the moment because I don't have the game, nor do I want to play it at the moment. A lot of things changed during the course of its release window. Like things like as it was coming out, like before I did the first attempt of this recording, things were all fine and cool, hunky dory. I felt like this is kind of not. I wasn't super impressed at the game or anything, but it did seem like it was going to be something I would enjoy. There's your warning. Then things changed in me to I don't know. It's just there were a lot of things that changed about the whole thing for me, and I just lost more interest the more and more I went. The more and more the closer the release date got. To put into perspective, I think when the second trailer was dropped, I didn't have that much to say about it, the whole thing, but I know like everyone else that I talked to, like Mel, Chris, they were pretty into it. They really liked the whole thing, and they were very eager to talk about it. And the fan base as a whole ate it up. Like, not for nothing, but Three Houses is like the staggeringly most popular Fire Emblem out now. Because Ninty decided to advertise the game like hotcakes. They had an absolutely massive, aggressive advertising push for it. I didn't even use that physics there, I was just me mashing buttons. I got points. To the point where I was like, guys, please, could you not anymore? It, all told, it eventually got to the point where the third trailer dropped, the one with that showed off the potential time skip in the game. The one that were showcased during E3. And I didn't really have much to say about it. I just thought, oh, that looks cool. Game's looking nice, I guess. Meanwhile, everyone else was like, what the fuck? What's this? pointedly, when I went on to Melstream after the trailer dropped, and she and Chris both asked me what did I think about the trailer, and I didn't really give them a satisfactory answer. I just thought it looked okay, and they were both really shocked at me that I only had that much to say about it. And it was at that point I realized, yeah, I'm not gonna get this game at launch. It doesn't really click for me, and everyone's hype for the game has just kind of overshadowed my enthusiasm for it. You ever get that feeling where you're just like mildly excited for a cool thing that you're interested in to happen, but then everyone else that you know is extremely excited for it, for that thing? And you just cannot escape its overwhelming presence as you go along, more and more. The more it's showcased, the more you're just like, yeah, I get it. Can we move on now? That's the thing with me and popular characters as well. I tend to be very contrarian and like underdog characters, the ones that aren't so popular. Unless I happen to like the really popular character in question, then I'm all in. But that was it with Three Houses. It was just like I wasn't super interested in it, and everyone else was, and it just completely turned me off from the game. And I just like, yeah, we just move on from now. I had other reasons aside from that, from choosing to be a little bit skeptic about the game. Namely, after Fire Emblem Fates burned me, I was very, very wary about what Fire Emblem would do. And this is coming from a guy who was like super excited about Fates when they first played it. I even made a really lengthy Tumblr post saying like detailing like how Fates was my fourth favorite Fire Emblem. It's not anymore. This was like pretty close to release as well. Like after playing through all the routes, like what was it, 3 months or so after it came out in America. I was like, yeah, I really dig this game. And then time went along and just saw more of the flaws about the game, and while Fates is still a structurally good Fire Emblem, there's just so much wrong with that game that it actively makes me mad, and I just can't really bring myself to like the game as a whole anymore, like at all. I just don't like it anymore. And if I have to look at it again, I'm just gonna get mad because it's just a big massive wasted potential. To the point where the only Fates thing that I will ever properly enjoy ever again is Fire Emblem Warriors Campaign of Fates and the history map involved in that. A bit messed, but I had to be super wary about it. Echoes was an awesome remake of Gaiden, but it had no replayability value, and I was worried that I was not going to have a lot of good fun with this Fire Emblem. So I decided to take a wait-and-see approach with Three Houses. So far, though, it does seem to be doing quite nicely. I do gotta say. And it's not like I'm not gonna play the game at all. I do want to play it, but it's just like the hype is overwhelming, and I just need to back away for a little while. And so I'm just gonna give the game a little bit of space, see what people think about it first, and then once the hype dies down, I'll pick it up in a couple months or so. And then I'll probably be like, Mel seems to really enjoy it. She it's been said that it has replaced her favorite Gaiden and Echoes as her favorite Fire Emblem, which I'm both surprised and not surprised to hear, to be honest, so... Things are weird, you know. She'll probably maintain that opinion in a few months. I feel like. As for me, though, I've been just kind of been passing the time with doing other things. I recently finished watching Cardfight Vanguard original season 3, with Ron walking me through it since I was watching first 2 seasons like last year, and I was having a lot of fun with it. And then I went back to season 3 just for him because he was doing a favor for me, so I felt like I had to pay him back. And that was a fun watch. And then after that, after we made a bet, and I would go back to play Valkyria Chronicles 4 because I still haven't finished that game, even though it's been out for more than a year now. And I went back to it over the weekend, and wow! Holy shit! Nice crit, Wolf. I missed a lot with VC4. I'm close to the end game now. I'm on chapter 16, and holy shit! That game gets wild, bro. Some of the later maps are insane. That's the way I like VC sometimes, when you get really crazy maps. Going back to the Three Houses thing, the other things that were just kind of like sort of skeptical turnouts were like the setting and the character design. I'm just like, not really sure about this. Like the setting is like whatever. I play VC2. I fucking love VC2. That shit is the best. But the character design is just like one of those. I actually do kind of feel like this doesn't really fit for me. Although I've seen some of the characters that Ron has shown me, and they look cool. But on the whole, I'm not entirely sold with the character design for Three Houses. Yeah, that's just an opinion, man. But yeah, VC4, man. Having a lot of fun going back to it. I've been playing it pretty much every single day until like yesterday when I had to do a stream, and I was like, you guys have pulled me away from VC4, and I hope you guys are happy about that. Yeah, it's a really good game. I would recommend people who like Valkyria Chronicles or just like strategy RPGs in general go out and give that game a try because it's really good. I'll do you fast, lady. That sounded wrong. That's nice, Blizzard. See, I pretty much have this map won now. I just need to have Marth go seize, so I'm just gonna back up. Let those pirates come to me, and we'll be out of here in no time. I threw this a lot faster than I did in my previous recording. Although lamentably, I didn't have Jake level up. Because I didn't manage to get him a level. This time he didn't level up, I'm sad. I think Agma got a level too, and so did Norn? I don't know, I was using some different tech. Yeah, Wolf just kinda went in there. So did George. Mr. Jungle. So it goes. Oh, I see. He's really into this whole martyrdom thing. And the villager's like, no, he's a good guy. His stats may say otherwise, but he's a nice guy. You see his hair, and that chiseled armor he's got. And Marsh just looking on with this gormless look. And Nyna, bless Nyna, this is about the only cool thing she does in the entire Archanaean lore. Tells him to man the fuck up, your life is mine now. Snap! Snap! Y'all can tell that was written before, y'all can tell this was written without really much of a context for the continuity as a whole for the Archanaean lore, because, man, I like this Nyna. I wish she stood for the rest of the series, because wishy-washy Nyna is... I don't like it. Yeah, that was Chapter 12X. Nice map, pretty nice and clean. And nice, got through all I wanted to say pretty soundly, I gotta say. Hey guys, if you want me to, if there was anything else you would like me to talk about, and just to say for the videos, because I feel like I could drum up some conversation while I do these things, because I would like to have some topics to talk about. Feel free to say so in the comments below if there's anything you want me to talk about. I'm all ears. I'm willing to say a couple things if it's in my grasp to do so. Or if we just want me to have some small talk, that's fine with me too. After that, just whatever. Alright, so chapter 13 next time. So until next time, everybody, I'll catch you on the flip. So peace and love.